Okay, we've got some new developments in the Flat Earth pedophile ring saga, or whatever the hell this is. So, here's a conversation I already did a stream going over this where Ace McLeod says in this conversation that asking underage girls for vag pics to prove they're guys and talk about spanking their ass is his strategy for converting a troll to becoming a first-time flat earther and a friend. And for some reason, Jibby Jedi is acting like that's not evidence when there's clearly a conversation going on and Ace admits to everything. Then he's asking, like, how do I know the girl's underage? I'm not sure how to prove that because they are on a Discord, but I know from listening to 24/7 Flat Earth Discord, underage kids do go in there often, and according to Rusted Soul, the girls said that they were 11 and 12. I believe she overheard the conversation herself. Even if they were above 18, it's still fucking weird. It's weird behavior for like a moderator or someone high in the Flat Earth clique with Flat Earth Core to be asking anyone for pictures of their genitals and talking about sexual shit when you're supposed to be debating Flat Earth or whatever. So Jibby just doubles down and defends this guy and acts like this is not evidence. And I received more screen captures. You guys can't really read this probably, but this is Rusted Soul messaging Carrion B and telling her, like, Ace openly talked about being into something called age play. There's like, I've seen a hangout where he's in a bear onesie. Posted pics of himself in children's underwear around a bunch of stuffed animals. And then Karen B just defends him again, saying that they can't confirm the age of people. Although, like, if the people are saying they're young and they sound young, then it's like he's going after what he thinks is a child. So it doesn't really matter that you can't confirm the age. And he's obviously, like, posting pictures of himself in children's underwear with stuffed toys, and he's got the bear onesie that he wears. And he says he's into age play, so that combined with what's going on, like, how does Jibby, I don't know how these people want to deny, but I guess they're flat earthers, so they're good at denial. But yeah, and then she's like basically blaming the victim, saying, like, trying to talk about a serious thing that needs to be talked about is going to ruin Ace's life. Well, maybe his life should be ruined if he's doing some fucked up shit like this. And then, oh, I'm a mom. She played the mom. I'm a mom, so, but here there's more of it. The two girls said they were 11 and 12, but I don't have the recording, so obviously can't use that. What I don't understand is if they were of age, why didn't Ace say, hey, they're 18? When I asked, he just responded in such a creepy way, it validated the claim, in my opinion. Even if they were of age, is that really a way of someone repping Flat Earth Core or Flat Earth in general? Should be publicly speaking to women, show me your vag and spank that ass kind of shit? He justified it as, this is how I handle trolls. If trolls are acting out of line, then just mute them. Engaging them with sexual misconduct will only get the server shut down. A true flat earth head wouldn't continually act the way Ace does. He never sticks to the topic consistently, interrupting good convos to bring up sex or drug-related stories of his, and as soon as a Globie is respectful, he makes a good point. He bans them or yells over them and makes them rage quit. There's no way to bring new people into this, in my opinion. Makes everyone that backs him look bad. Basically exposing how fake flat earth core is, like Karen, because she's just, any normal, reasonable person, real person would be concerned with what's going on here, but Karen just they're all making excuses, just like Jibby. And that leads to what happened on this hangout, where another person who seems to actually do research, unlike all these pretender clowns on this panel, and he's gonna question some of their flat earth core celebrities that these people worship without question, but they think they're open-minded researchers. And the same thing's gonna happen when me, Ed, Rusted Soul, and FaZe question them. Is they're gonna get shouted. He's gonna get shouted down, probably blacklisted if he keeps this up, because there's certain topics that they're afraid, because they're not. I mean, if you're a real truth researcher, conspiracy researcher, you wouldn't be shy from certain topics. That's the whole point. Is there's no sacred cows. You know, we can talk about anything, but these people want to shut down, control a narrative, blacklist people. Ace McCloud he's in 24/7 Discord. He's a moderator. He's a part of Flat Earth Core, pretty much. Maybe like an unofficial part of Flat Earth Core.
You're good now. Much better.
Much better. Okay, maybe that's better there. Can you hear me still now? Is all good?
Yep.
Get into the mic as much as you can. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just using an iPhone headset. Anyway, just off topic there. Just how I came about it was just running into people online that were claiming to be flat earthers, but yet had a crazy, basically it's like if you're going to run to anybody to get a source of information, that person's got to have something legit that you resonate with. Then you resonate with it, and then you find out a week later the guy's a Jew hater. You know what I mean? This was what was going on with flat earth in my introduction. I didn't buy into Mark Sargent. I didn't buy into Patricia Steers. I did watch a little bit of Eric Dubay, but as soon as he turned Nazi Jew guy, I was out, ran for the hills. And then I just started noticing these little anomalies that what a flat earther would do. What he would go and be part of a group, right? They would get a following together, and then they would release some sort of quirkiness halfway through their, burgeoning flat Earth revelation, right?
But wouldn't you say that everybody's got a quirk of some
Well,
kind?
there's
a difference here.
There's a difference. There is a difference. I see what he's talking about. Where it's like
Sean, let's just
they're doing it.
Hold
on. Wait
Sean,
a second.
we know your opinion, Sean.
Sean, I really don't want to hear you right now, man. I want to hear what Confessions has to say.
I know. I was talking about what he had. His last statement.
Continue
It was one sentence, you assholes.
So, make a long story short, there is a quirkiness with every individual. Yes, that's a generality we can have for it just being a human being. We got quirkiness.
Yeah.
What I mean is a direct manipulation or a misdirection of the truth or focus on the truth. Like giving.
So there's this Sean guy, Space is Fake, and they pick on him and treat him like dirt, and just because he's got an alcohol problem, and they completely gaslight him. Like, see how they just talked over him there and disregarded him. Like, oh, shut up, you little kid. I want to hear this other guy. And later on in the hangout, Sean talks about watching one of my videos, and they totally gaslight him and try and manipulate him to ignore me and think of me as just a stupid troll. So these are really abusive, fake, manipulative, lying, not flat earth people. I don't know, there's some scummy people. I don't know why. I guess they're just here for a community and to make friends. That's what I would surmise.
Example, a lot of these chats popped up. Now, if one guy wants to say, is that Glober, oh, flat earth isn't growing, just look at all the channels that popped up. You can see they're growing. It's growing. It's not reducing, it's growing. The thing is, with these chats, you find that there'll be a subject matter context. The context will lose throughout the show. There'll be nothing focused, there'll be no pinpoint. So basically, it's just chatter, right? Just a lot of chatter. So I know
We resemble that remark.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying that's another reason why I come on the board, because that's not the first group, right? I mean,
This is just a hangout, dude. This is not a debate.
I get it. Hey, man, I get it. I'm just telling you, my job when I took this on as flat earth data was to log as much data and log as much anomalies as I possibly could find. Because if we're looking at fundamentally what we're talking about a small select group of people that know where we live and have technology that they're holding from us, and they're basically lying to everybody on the planet. planet about it to a certain degree.
Well said.
You know, okay, well, listen. Yep. What
Well
kind
said.
of technology are we talking about?
Well, I'll give you an example. So Apple will go and sell you a laptop in 2019 with 10-year-old technology still, while they still have technology that's way more faster than, you know, a terabyte a second.
Yeah, but
Let's
of
just say
course,
that-
the
let's just
computer
say
industry's been doing that since the beginning. Yeah.
Okay, so there you go. So there's the fundament. There's a basis principle of that practice right in there. It's spread out the technology, make it last as long as you can, so you can suck as much money out of it.
One update at a time.
Apple is a prime example of what they've done to the phones, with the iPads, with the laptops.
What does this have to do with Mark Sargent and Patricia Steer?
Well, we're talking about channels popping up. We're talking about people in FE community come up. They'll have lots of really good information, but then have a quirk. I'm talking about how people lie, and this is one way they can lie through technology and spreading it out really thin, stretching it out as far as they can go. Meanwhile, they're 10, 20 years ahead of us, everybody else. You know what I mean? So basically, what this has to do with personalities is I have no loyalty to any personality. And the issue with why I've gotten on other channels and why I've upset other channels is because I don't toe the line. I'm not.
So you're applying that algorithm of
Well, okay,
the
so
people
what?
who know things are-
Listen,
So what he's saying is exactly true. Like in the so-called truther research community, if you don't follow the group think, you get blacklisted or whatever, you know, banned. People won't be your friend. They won't support you. It's completely controlled groupthink. These online communities are not organic. They're all probably run by some public relations company or something. So he's bringing up valid points, and watch, they will just shout him down, and they act like, you know, they know it all, and you'll see.
listen.
way
Sean,
advanced.
I just covered 5 topics. I just covered 5 topics there in the last 10 seconds. So
Right, yeah.
No, I know that was really, really good. I like that a lot. No,
So-
and I had a
What
statement I
if-
wanted to say.
no. I don't think anybody's putting the burden of towing the line on you. Have you gone out of your way
I'll
to,
give you an example.
say shit about people?
No,
Because
I'll
it's
tell you
different.
why-
Towing the line and talking smack about people are two different things, right?
Absolutely. Towing the line, it means following what you've been told to do. That's why you toe the line. You toe what's in front of you. Well, if I see somebody in front of me and they're not saying what I say, then I'm not towing the line. And if you don't do that,
Right.
then you're dissension and flat earth. You're not good for
You're
flat
being
earth.
dishonest with yourself.
No, that's not being dishonest at all. That's setting the boundaries and saying, hey, I don't give a shit what you have to say. I don't agree with it. And because
No,
of
no.
it,
What I mean is, if you keep following someone you don't agree with, you're being dishonest.
that's not true, because you can still agree with majority of what they say and have a few disagreements with a few ideas.
Well, that's how I am with Mark Sargent. I've met him.
That's how I am with
You
Antonio
know
Silva.
him.
It's the same
And
thing.
and he was a really nice guy. I don't agree with him on a lot of what he says, but I still think he's a purveyor of what he thinks is true.
Take the good, leave the bad. We do that with everybody.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
basically what it is. But this is not what's going on. See, part of my discovery through this is look, first of all, this flat earth knowledge is not new knowledge. If you have to
No,
understand,
no,
there's already a group of people that already know this stuff. Okay.
Since the history of time.
But that is an
It doesn't-
assumption.
it doesn't-
That's
no,
an
it's not
assumption.
because you can no, it's not, because you can see how hard they push the fakeness. When you see how hard they push the fakeness, you go, why are they pushing it so
Yes,
hard?
but
If it
to
was just-
make that,
hold on. If it
listen,
wasn't
I'm gonna make a
just-
good point here.
Yeah, hold on, time out.
I like this
Data?
kid. I like this
Hey,
kid.
Data, I like you, man. Can you
Appreciate it.
turn yourself up or get closer to the mic or something?
Once I get back to my apartment, I'm just right now at the park. So
Yeah, you're a bit low.
can you hear me now?
Yeah,
He's
but-
talking really good shit though. He's talking
no,
really
yeah,
good shit.
I just want to hear you better. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, no worries. I'll do my best later. But the reason why I came to this chat is because, you know, I hear my name mentioned. I hear a few dishonest remarks, or maybe I wanted to clear up some remarks that I heard. And
Yeah.
particularly, like when we're debating this stuff, it's really coming down to the fact is who's really shedding the lie. Because we always say the government. Well, the government. It's just another cop out. It's like gravity. It's another cop out.
Well,
I'm not
Jimmy
smart
and me
enough-
come from a different angle, bro. I think you gotta hear where we're coming from, because we don't really come from the whole, there's an evil cabal running the whole show.
Well, there you go.
Kind of a bit
So you
deeper
just-
than that to us.
You've
So-
never done your research then.
Well,
No,
no,
would you
Where
wait?
does
Brad.
where does the Big Bang come from?
If I may,
Hold on.
if I
Where's
may,
the Big Bang come from?
Big Bang.
don't know what you're
It comes from
talking
the
about.
Catholic
Just go
Church.
ahead and
No,
correct
it doesn't. It goes way before that.
Big Bang was invented by the Jesuit priest in 1927.
It was 1929, but it was before that.
sure, there's groups of people conspiring.
Before that, it's thousands of years ago. I'll tell you where to source it out. You can go to the page yourself.
You can't prove anything.
You can go to Hindu mythology.
How do you
Let him
prove anything past a couple
Jesus, shut! Like, just fucking talk one at a time. For fuck's sake.
You guys are not going to find the origins of the truth. Then what truth are you speaking? I'm telling you, if you don't know the origins of the Big Bang, you don't know the full truth.
Agreed.
You're talking about Jesuits. Fine, 1929 with George Mater and Albert Einstein, it got released, but that's not the origins of the singularity. That's not the origins of quantum mechanics. It's not the origins of quantum physics. Okay? If you want to know the source of our religion that was bestowed upon us at 2 years of age, we never had no choice to fight against, I urge you no farther than the book of Zohar or Kabbalist teachings. Go right now to Google and type in the land is a living ball. After that, go to all the pages, all the science documentations. Quantum mechanics, quantum physics, all originated from the book of Zohar. It's a religion.
Yeah, we know
Okay.
that.
So
Right.
we don't know. Most people don't know this information.
Well, we didn't know that part, but we know it's a religion, Dread.
Fair enough. But at the end of the day, this is the origins. Through these origins, you'll find out where the claws go, right? Because everybody's pinpointing the Jesuits, pinpointing the Jews. It's a tribe, a family of 12 that have been running this world forever.
Right.
They've got technology.
So who's
Yeah, I'm
sending
like-
Let him
this?
finish on.
I'm leaning a different direction in what I think is going on. I think the reason that we see a lot of these numerologies, symbolism, a lot of things, it's not.
This fucking Dread guy is such a massive narcissist. You can't let this guy talk. This guy is trying to bring information and shit. And Dredd just sits on this panel all the time, fucking drunk and stoned, talking complete bullshit. Doesn't read books, he doesn't cite a source, he's just like, I think this, I think that, my opinion this. And he won't let... Someone actually has got some, like, information they want to talk about. He's fucking talking all over this guy. Like, what a fucking embarrassment. Canada, what the hell, Canada?
Not because there's a secret cabal that's perfectly orchestrating all these events all around the world to brainwash everybody into it. No, I think this is more of a virtual reality, and that this is actually being controlled by other forces beyond some cabal that's in complete control of humanity. I'm just not buying that story. It feels very conspiratorial.
Well, Dredd, though, it could still be that.
But
what he's saying, it could still be that.
Why you see...
I'm not buying your story. It's a virtual reality. What the fuck? It's so not... Does he even realize what he's saying?
3, 6, and 9 in our reality all the time.
So why do we start talking about numerology? I didn't start talking about numerology. Why are we talking about that?
Because we talk about everything on here, man. You know that.
I know, but we started.
My point is that there is not necessarily some secret cabal running the show from the fucking shadows. This place would be running on.
You don't know how society works, then, right? Because society works on secret organizations. It's founded on it.
I know. I used to think that too, man. But then I kind of
you're just wasting your time. You're just wasting your time. If you didn't know, the Book of Zohar talks about quantum mechanics, quantum physics.
It's a narrative, brother.
So listen. I'm just saying the origins of this stuff is not new. All they did was made it palatable for the
Okay.
More realistic here.
What is this Book of Zohar? Who wrote it? Like where it comes from, at least. I don't know.
Do yourself a favor. Don't listen to me and go research it. Go look it up. Go type into Google right now. I'll give you an easy search.
So which god sent you? Which god sent you?
The land is a living ball. Just type that into Google right now, and that will start.
So your point is, in essence, that this propaganda started thousands of years ago? Yeah, like we know that. What is your essence of your point?
So you want to know who's running modern cosmology, modern physics, you go to the source. You go to the origins of it. So I presented you the origins. I can't find any other material in written modern man history that has any other description of the Big Bang except for the Book of Zohar. Okay?
How do you verify those sources? How do you
go read the book? Go read the book. In fact, why don't you just study some of your top scientists that read the book and then get the answers from them? At the end of the day, if you want the origins, you have to go to the origin, which means you go to you keep going until you find the first ever original source. Yep. And there's
what is that? How does
nothing else. So listen, your obfuscation for telling people in this audience that there isn't a secret group running the world is bullshit. And on top of it, you're talking about simulation theory.
Oh, I'm not telling the audience that. That's my personal.
You're removing God from the experience. Removing God.
Okay, so I put the Earth as a living ball, and nothing comes up.
Nothing comes up. Yeah.
The land is a living ball. Yes.
Okay, that's not what you said. Okay.
Anyway, so whatever. The land is a living ball.
Okay.
That's a start there.
Kabbalah.com.
I've been watching a lot. I've been studying my quantum physics lately too, and there's a lot of problems with quantum physics as well.
Yeah, fuck quantum physics.
A lot of problems. So
it's just nonsense, dude. It's just not. It's trying to see the unseen and making it visible.
Right. So what is the fucking essence of your point? I'm not getting.
Quantum mechanics and quantum physics are just there to quantify things.
Hey, we got all night, man. Slow down. Just chill. We got all night, bro.
But my basic point here is to find the truth and go to the origins of all sources to your best ability. Right?
Okay, are you just gonna do it, or was this a conversation about it?
Well,
are you just gonna do it live?
I don't have a computer in front of me. I'm with my phone, walking in a park right now, talking to you guys. I have no way to show you this stuff. So, but I can just tell you.
Yeah, we're just trying to talk to you back.
Yeah, here we go.
Yeah, well, it's nice to meet you, though. You sound
Data.
cool.
Thanks, Data, bro. Welcome to the fun side of Flat Earth.
Yeah, welcome, man. Just came in a little hot, Came in a little. I know you want to get it all out, man. I appreciate it, but
you can calm down and be civil as well.
We can cruise. We can just cruise a little, and we'll retain the information a lot better if you just cruise.
Right.
I know we're doing good. I like the
point is, if we're going to have honest debates and honest conversations with globe heads, we have to know the origins of all this information.
Yeah, that's right. I absolutely agree with that.
If we don't know the origins of the information, we can't argue with it.
I highly disagree with that. And what my point is that you can take an argument and use logic and reason, use the scientific method to debunk it. I don't need to know where the lie originated to debunk the fucking lie. So that's bullshit right there. So
not entirely, because understanding it's a lie, you have to understand how to figure out it's a lie. Who gave you
I can tell it's a lie by testing and evaluating and using observable, repeatable, demonstratable.
Yes, you have discernment, but you've learned.
Both of you are right. Both of you are right.
Yeah, you both are right. I agree.
Both are yes, we both
origins are good to know to just establish a complete understanding.
Right.
That's it. 5 minutes. That's it. 5 minutes.
Fucking A, man. It's like this Dredd character is trying to make it. It's making it impossible to have a fucking conversation. This guy. He's like keeps trying to change the subject off on tangents, and he keeps interrupting this guy. This guy can't hardly fucking. He's doing his best to stay on topic, but man, Dredd's acting like a fucking government agent or some shit, or he's just an insane narcissist.
And it's
I
right there.
guess it helps to know where the lie originated, but to me it seems almost as pointless as wanting to know the motive. Who cares about the fucking motive? They're lying. Who cares when it started? They're lying. You see
Because
Yeah,
what
but
I'm
that,
saying?
that helps you understand why they lied.
Yeah, a lot
Yeah,
of people
but
also
Phil,
I
you
don't
don't need
need
to
to
know
understand
why
why
they
they lied. I don't care, Sean. I just want to dispel the lies.
So listen,
Well, most
a
people
lot of,
do want to know why.
a lot of people find things
Go
easier
read
to
the
eat.
National Enquirer.
People find things a lot easier to eat when it's served up just right. Okay, it's very
True.
hard. It's very hard for you to eat what I'm giving you because I'm not serving it to you guys right. Well, if you take the Big Bang cosmology and let a white Jesuit priest, which is predominantly North America white at this point, come forward with Albert Einstein, who's also white, and going to preach this Big Bang. Meanwhile, it's all mysticism and cosmology, metaphysics. And
Brother,
you want hold on, and you want to sell it to the white middle class in North America. Well, you got to make that palatable, buddy. So what better way to do that but to get a Catholic priest to push the mysticism, to push the metaphysics,
Sure,
to
because
remove God from your being, to remove the essence of your being, to remove the essence of masculinity when you're a man.
Well, no, dude, but I see the
to remove,
motivation
to remove,
to hit
to remove
multiple
femininity.
demographics.
Why interrupting me, man? And
To hit
remove
multiple demographics. That's the reason.
so to remove femininity and remove masculinity is a goal of this metaphysical world because they want to unite you as one individual binary on Mars, right? This is the goal. They want a binary human
Accurate.
being, okay? So they remove-
Accurate.
Kind of sounds like Russian bids type shit, man. I don't know.
There's nothing. Listen, at the end of the day, you've been more obfuscational than anybody on this panel, which leads me to be suspicious of you, because I'm not saying any untruths here, okay? I'm saying straight truth, at least my version of it. But it's
Yeah, it's your opinion.
But I'm straight up though.
Yeah, I'm not saying you're lying. I just hold a different point of view than you. It's
You
okay.
do. We're not in a simulation. You got to stop spreading that lie.
I don't.
Why is it a lie? Why is it a
You
lie?
don't,
Let
you're not.
me
All
say
over
something about
cut.
the simulation.
Your parents
Jimmy,
created
Jimmy, go
you in the
ahead.
womb.
A simulation simulates something. A VR can be a brand new, unique creation.
Yep,
It
we're
can
not.
be virtual
We're
reality.
right
Even
now-
the Bibles say this is a virtual temporary reality.
Dude, we're right now sitting in a simulated chat room with our digital voices conversing in a VR.
Well said, Nick. Well
Yeah,
said.
Is it meaningful to
buddy,
you?
I love it, man.
Is it meaningful to you?
Yes.
That's
Yes,
all it matters. That's all
very.
it matters. So if your simulation is if your simulation theory doesn't take away from your meaning, albeit but to simplify
Not
the
simulation theory. It's
to
VR.
simplify beautiful life the way it is and creation the way it is, or not to simplify, sorry, to take away by quantifying with that response.
Bye, Brett. You're gone. Anyway, go ahead.
I lost my train of thought. The idea is to give human beings the ability to believe in themselves, that they're not meaningless, not from nothing.
You know
Here,
what's a good statement? Hey,
And
I have a
I
really
find-
important statement.
and I
No one
find-
interrupt me. No one interrupt me.
Oh, Jesus.
It might be a VR, but it's real while you're here. So
Of
live
course,
it.
I'm not saying people should.
It seems to be a lot more people on the right are into the flat.
How do you remove the Hegelian dialectic? That's the question, right?
Well, what do you mean remove that?
How do you remove that? How do you can remove yourself from it, but how do you remove the narrative from the left and right?
Well, this is the thing, right? I mean, you've somehow the right has elected all these left into power. And
To me,
somehow
the
the left,
if I could for 1 second.
I mean, he hasn't done anything to piss me off at all, ever. I mean,
I don't know. He booted me from a show that he wasn't in, and then
It's probably because he doesn't like you.
well,
Yeah,
he was my friend a day before that, and we were like, I thought solid with each other, and then suddenly he completely flipped on me. So and that's not
everybody has a bad day, you know. Maybe he had a
that's
bad
not
day.
anything to you guys. True, that's true.
Yeah.
It's, you know, that's the situation.
Lone hyena, man. Go ahead and apologize.
I provoked him in no way, but he decided to fuck with me, so that's good.
hey, is that Zoom Truth? Is that who's that voice I'm hearing?
No, you're not hearing Zoom.
Oh, it sounds like Zoom Truth.
He does sound a little bit like Zoom sometimes, but no.
Who's talking?
That was Musicians for Truth, also known as Dread. His old account was Dread.
Anyways, I'm cooking a steak here. Hold on.
cooking a fat ass steak.
You guys know eating meat's okay, right? You're just not supposed to eat all kinds of meat.
Right, exactly. I know.
I can't believe that.
Palamase.
You know what the funny thing is, too, is more Americans are becoming flat earthers, than anywhere else in the world.
Yeah, what's up with that?
Well, I think it's a biblical-based, it's founded in biblical,
Right.
statute, right? It's
Well,
founded-
yeah. I mean, there are millions of Christians in America.
That is the unfortunate part, is that these evangelical Christians who support the Jews are becoming flat earthers, and they think that only
They get really triggered over the Christianity stuff here. It's pretty funny. They start yelling.
Jesus is real and only Christianity is the only flat earth religion, and it has 18 points in my book.
Well, that's what happens when you get
You
to know
don't incorporate the story of Tartaria, then you got the Britannica version of history.
Well, I can tell you that the philosophy of Christ, you can't change your own history. That will stand true to
The
me.
philosophy of Christ is called fucking common sense.
Well,
I can write it in a book.
There you go. It's common sense now, isn't
It's
it?
fucking
But
common
the-
sense we're all
yeah,
imprinted with.
It is common sense.
But the only thing you're missing here is that there was a man by the name of Jesus Christ that preached it.
Prove it.
So, well, he did. If you want to look at what the Jews didn't like and how the Jews...
I'm not gonna read paper facts. Prove how the paper facts survived the fucking mudflood.
I can prove to you that the philosophy of Christ is true. That's what I can prove to you.
Of course, because common sense is true.
But common sense comes from Christ then, right?
What?
Comes from
That's a subjective correlation fallacy.
I'll give you an example. In tribes in...
50 points.
All right, Sean gets a gold nugget every now and then. Scooby snack.
In tribes, in parts of the world where God doesn't exist, they still have a deity and they still have consequences, risks. They basically have a built.
Not all of them.
Yes, they do. They basically have a built.
Oh, okay, you've confirmed all the tribes and Aborigines have a deity.
What I'm saying is they manifest one, right, naturally in their own way, and they also know between right and wrong.
It's called the Force.
So you met them? You met them? You met
No,
all
just
these
read-
Aboriginals
I
from
just
all
read-
over the world?
I just read some research papers. You guys can go look
So
up.
okay, say they do. Say they do have a bunch of weird beliefs.
They don't have weird beliefs. You're misinterpreting what I'm saying. What I'm saying to you is that man himself has a code inside him innately. It's ingrained into us. We know.
Yes.
Yeah, that's called
I would
VR.
agree.
That's called
So-
VR.
It's called a lot of things, but yeah.
We
Yeah,
can
sure.
call it as well VR, by the way. But yeah.
So
Yes.
basically, I'm defending the Christian belief system as such.
Why does it need defense?
Well,
If
because
it's so
the
hardcore,
same
smack
as
you in the
every
face
other
through.
religion.
because you have a lack of understanding of what it's teaching.
No, we have a lack of belief.
Yeah, Jibby, it needs defending because folks like yourself shit all over it.
That's right. So you don't,
Ah.
you don't even give
I
it a
shit all
chance.
over the lack of proof. Yeah, I do.
Like
Like I did with the globe.
Yeah, I understand that. But the globe is the one, right, that pushes this big lie that's the opposite of creation. The Bible is the only book that talks about creation and the foundation of it.
It's not the only book that talks about creation. That's a straight up lie. Every other religion in the world talks about creation.
And
You
guess what they
fucking
say?
moron.
And guess what they say? They're very similar to all the Bible. They all have the same.
Yeah, they're very
background.
similar because it's all the same fucking story in different
So-
languages.
So you have
the
two
only
choices.
difference in
Yes,
religion
you
is
have two choices
language.
then. When you come
Are
to
you kidding
cosmology,
me? Are
you
you
have two
kidding
choices.
me?
You either
The
come
only
from Big
difference in
Bang-
all religions is language and names.
So you either come
Alright,
from
Sean.
God or you come from Big Bang. That's really the cosmology. So why you're arguing?
Those are the only two choices.
Yeah, of course it is. How can you?
Well, why can't I have another choice?
Extra
Your third
choice.
choice is what? To ignore everything.
Their choice is VR.
So you want to have a virtual reality world?
I don't want
with no-
anything.
with no creator.
We're trying.
I'm neutrally subjective. Like, this is neutral. I don't want any particular thing.
He
It
thinks
turns
VR
out the
doesn't have
evidence
a
points to
creator.
VR.
He thinks VR doesn't have a creator. Of course it's not.
I don't want to fucking create. I don't want an outside.
So Jibby said subjective correlative fallacy or something like that, and then I googled it, and that's not even a thing. A lot of times you Google these like fucking terms Jibby makes up, and they're just nothing. So he just sits here all day making up jargon, and no one calls him on it because it's all fake. I think maybe he's an actor or something. He's Jew, so I don't know.
Power. I gotta give all my butter juice while I have dry toast.
That's what your issue is.
That's what you want, because it makes you feel better and more secure.
At the end of the day, we're gonna have line or deathbeds, and there's two choices here. You either go quick.
If we're gonna die anyway, I'm dying the way I. If God
That's right.
wants to talk to me, He's gonna talk to me. He's not gonna send a schmuck to talk to me. He's gonna talk to me himself.
I'm sorry.
He ain't gonna leave some asshole from 5,000 years ago. I'm only telling you this shit. You better get it to everybody because their soul's on the line.
You're forgetting the
Right?
message, brother.
I'm
You're
not
forgetting
buying
the message.
What do you-
You're not buying it because you've been fed the globe model for so long. You've been fed evolution for
I went
so
to a
long.
Catholic school. I was fed
So
both.
did I. So did I. I got kicked out of
Okay,
school.
so we're
I got
both
kicked out of
Jesuit,
school.
like
I got
pawns.
kicked- I got kicked out of school because I questioned the priest because he said that Mary did actually have sex, but the hymen wasn't broken. So I stood up in class and I said, "What the hell? How does that coincide with the scriptures?" He goes, "We have to understand culturally." And then he went on to a spiel. I denied it and I got kicked out of Catholic school for that.
That's a weird thing to get kicked out of Catholic school.
That's
for.
fucking.
I gotta tell you,
It is weird.
that's
what-
not a kicked out of school fucking thing I would ever see on paper.
That's what he got me kicked out for because he said this.
That's like against fucking like
Jimmy, he
like
got
local
kicked
fucking
out.
law. That's
He got
against the
kicked
law.
out for. He got kicked out
I'm not
for-
buying this story. Shut up, Sean. I'm not buying
No,
that
he
story.
got kicked
You don't
out
get
for
kicked
something.
out of Catholic school for such a fucking thing.
I did.
No, you don't. You don't. But he got kicked out for disagreeing in
So I
general.
stood
You
up in
can't
front of the
believe how
class.
much shit we disagreed
stood
with the
up in-
Jesuit priests about.
I stood
Nobody
up in front
ever
of
got
the
kicked out of Catholic school for that.
I did. So I
I'm
stood
not,
up in
I need
class.
to show me proof of that because that's bullshit. It's something else. You're not saying.
Yeah. So there's nothing else to say. It wasn't the first. Wasn't the first.
Dada, would you disagree? It was because of
I'm not doing
disagreements
it.
with the church.
So basically, what it was is that every time he'd bring up an issue, like he'd say that Moses didn't live 900 years, and I'd be like, "What do you mean? The Bible says 900 years. He lived in old age." He'd say, "No." He says, "Actually, that's just culturally speaking, saying that he lived a good life." I said, "So the Bible isn't literal?" He goes, "No, it's not literal." That was the first indication. Then the second one, it wasn't like, "I'm not doing it." No, don't ask me again. Thank you. Sorry, talking to my daughter. So I was basically everything he was in class, I refuted to the point where they told me that I had to leave because it was a Catholic school and that's how they taught religion. And if
So
I
he was a problem child and got kicked out. That's normal. That's fine.
So I was under the education, the Roman Catholic Church since I was a little kid. When I started asking questions, I got kicked out of Catholic school, went to public school. All right. So I was raised in that, the Good News Book every day, all that stuff. I know all that fun, and I don't blame you for hating on it. But if you're not gonna take away the actual philosophy of it and cover it up with a whole bunch of
Philosophize away. But don't be like, I'm being defensive as you're moving offensively. Because that's what the Christian shit does. You come at us with your shield up and you're like, you're running into us. Like, I'm defending myself.
Listen,
But you're
there's
so
nothing wrong with-
offensive, you don't even see it.
Well said, Jimmy. Their shield is a spear.
Yeah, you're like Captain
whole
America
world-
using the shield as a
Well,
weapon.
listen, your whole world that you live in, right, was founded in Christianity. It was made by Christian men who feared God.
Says you.
No,
Yeah, that's
history-
wrong.
his-
That's
history
wrong.
Says it. History. No, you have running water, man. You have electricity.
What?
There's still
Are you
good in this
fucking
world.
retarded?
Okay, so good didn't help.
He
you
doesn't do
build electricity.
Tartaria.
Oh my God.
Life
Running
didn't
water
teach you
didn't
good?
exist in Jew times. Running
Doesn't
water
do
didn't
Tartaria, man.
exist.
The point.
But
is-
he knows the story, though he's missing much of the most recent research.
These people hate Christianity, so if you're not allowed to have this opinion, it's really stupid. They're like afraid to talk about the Bible. I don't know. I don't understand why Jibby got so fucking angry at this guy. Like, this guy is just trying to have a conversation. They're all just like all up his shit for no reason, and they do this to like lots of people. They're assholes. I seen Kanell was in the chat, and she's had her experience with these freaks where they're arguing about like private school versus public school or something for fucking 5 hours. Like, what's the point of this shit?
Love, just like Pimar says, love the white European, respect the white European.
No, that's what created it all, right? That's what I'm just trying to say. That's what gave you the foundation for the running water, the electricity, the nice.
No, it's not.
Now
Are
what
you
happened was-
stupid? Are you
what happened
fucking
was-
stupid?
Sean's
No,
got
it's
this.
not.
We
No,
were
it's not.
discussing-
Black people had running water way before
I
white
hope
people
for comedy, Jimmy.
did.
Sorry,
Christ,
don't ask
this
me.
kid is brainwashed.
Oh, I like it though. It's fun.
Tartaria, I
Yeah.
didn't do any research into it. I do know that I heard the mud floods. I do know that there was Tartaria on the maps. I've seen all that stuff. How that goes into an elegant culture 1,000 years ago, 800 years ago, or however long ago it is. Sure, so be it. It doesn't mean doesn't take away from the philosophy of Christ. And his
Well,
teachings.
5 minutes of research into that will give you that perspective. Maybe
I
try
looked
10
into it.
minutes.
I looked into it. I watched the Big Gambi site with the guy there that plays guitar. He's got a little bit of a beard.
Oh,
you-
you're not going to the best places.
Oh my
The
God.
other guy, the guy, the Australian
I
police guy,
respected you
whatever.
at first too. I
Martin
respected
Lika has the prime stuff on that right now.
UAP. Go to UAP.
Yeah,
And UAP's got great stuff.
Yes, I've talked to him as well.
Now you gotta go to Russians. You gotta go for original.
Russians are, yes, they're the original.
Philip
I re-
Dresden. Philip Dresden.
I was there before Philip Druzhinin talking
Yeah.
about it on
Right,
YouTube
but you
in
respect
English.
Listen to
right?
Nick.
You
Shut up,
respect-
Sean. Let
you
Nick
Shut
talk.
up. Listen to Nick. Listen to Nick.
Go
Listen
ahead.
Oh God, they're all on the Tartaria bandwagon. This typical group thinkers.
Sorry, but you respect him.
No, that's all. I was the original mud flood guy, at least in 2016, half a year before Philip Druzhinin. I was
Well,
releasing
So
videos.
let me ask you a question. This is what I
And-
have a hard time
And the
with.
subject is out in Russia since 2012-ish, so it's pretty wide there, the whole alternative history. That's about it. There's a lot of alternative history research that turns over the official story, because they lied to us, not just about this, they lied to us about everything, including the history.
Man, I was
Yep.
super happy we had a new character to the show.
Oh,
but,
Sean, we
now I'm
don't-
just
Just
disappointed.
give it a rest and have another drink, bud. You're not going to
Yeah.
like everything I'm going to say. Deal with it.
Say
I got a
it
question
again.
about. I
Just
got,
chill out, Sean, man. Everything's cool. Everything's cool, man.
No, I'm just saying. We
Why-
all think the same way.
Why-
You know we do. You know we do.
why
So,
hide?
we're
Listen, why hide the Tartaria now? What was the motive for hiding Tartaria?
It was always, it's right out in the open.
I know that it's on
It's
maps.
still out in the open. I
Yeah,
grew
I
up
go to-
in
I go to
Tartaria,
Italian-
the red
I
brick
go
and
to-
all that.
I go to an Italian restaurant, man. They have an old map on the wall with Tartaria. I see it. I know that it exists on an old map.
Okay,
Why-
now when you
Hold on,
understand
hold on.
what they had for technology, they were the old tenants of this place that were wiped out. And then we, as our orphan grandparents and great grandparents, were brought here to clean up the mud flood and rebuild and work in the mills that seem to be like former orphanages and whatnot. We worked the mills and we rebuilt this place, and they abandoned all of the old free electricity, the train cars. This was
Such
shit that was
fucking
already
bullshit,
here.
Jimmy.
Railroad
You-
tracks were already here.
No, you can't prove any
Buildings
of
of
that shit,
fantastic
Jimmy.
quality
You
we
can't-
cannot
you
build
can't
again.
prove- no,
This
Jimmy, you
disproves
can't
the
prove any of it.
bullshit.
Shit.
What you're
You
saying,
can't
though-
prove
Yes,
any
you
of it.
can. Yes, you
No, you
can.
can't.
Haunted. Sorry.
No,
Haunted
sorry.
Hitch.
Like you want to like
Yes, you
yeah,
can.
you want to talk about how you can't prove shit. You don't even fucking know anything about electricity. Like nothing.
I know I
And
get a
you're
shot.
looking at pictures of like old buildings where they're like the windows are half fucking covered with the ground.
It has
Like
nothing
it
to do with
doesn't.
the half.
It does.
I
Okay,
fucking-
nothing.
I hate that.
It has nothing to do
that's-
with mud floods. Okay.
No, it
like
has
you-
no,
that's
no,
like
that's not
only.
the point.
Okay,
We
no,
had a
it-
different society
Sean.
back then that was
Sean.
electrically advanced.
Johnny,
You also have no fucking idea about anything to do with electricity.
Hey, I was there.
and
Baby.
it's
That was my
demonstrated
past
that you have
life.
no fucking idea.
So can I just say something? Holy shit! I'm trying to truth seek here.
Yeah.
So far I have Sean, who's a Christian hater.
With
among
truth
probably-
sharing.
I'm not a Christian hater.
Listen,
That's not wrong. I believe in the Christian Bible truth. They are correct. The Bible is literal. I completely believe Bible fundamentalists. I completely believe them. But there's more than just them. But they act like they're alone.
Because Sean, you are an expert at not like you are so professional at this. You don't only double think, but you polythink.
I'll triple think. If you want me to. I'll triple think.
So okay, why? So you have to admit that we have running water, electricity. We can wake up. We can basically achieve what we want to achieve within our limits, right? We're given an opportunity based on our own genetics that we can make where we want out of ourselves, right? We have that fundamental practice. Be it that we're not hit with a disease or ailment, right? We have that
Right.
functional capability, right? So there's a good force, because that to me is a good force. A good force that wants to wake you up in the morning, gives you purpose, wants you to make some money so you can pay some bills, so you do things with your family, so you can pay all.
He put it in
It's
the
just a tip. It's just a
tag,
tip, guys. Polls and shit
Yeah.
that
I've been in the
Yeah, we've
basement.
had that.
We played with your mind that we already don't like.
most likely.
Ether. We're not even
Dude, I don't even know. You gotta.
Well,
It's okay.
that's-
The idea here is you believe in Christ, you have paradise on earth. You have your
That's such a
was the
funny
best line
picture,
of the
by the way. Such a funny picture. Such a funny picture.
To match the picture that he
I don't do shit. This woman.
Not the string.
Fuck, I got the wrong hangout, I think.
So in that sense, him going and doing that and talking about hating the cops, yeah, he brings bad rep.
I don't know, this guy started talking about how Flat Earth Core was fake and all that shit, and they shouted him down and kicked him off the panel. I wanted to show that, but couldn't, I don't know. Maybe I missed it, but anyways, the point of this video basically is that these people are fucking ridiculous, and Jibby is doubling down on protecting Ace, and Ace should be removed from the community like West Stace was. West Stace also got caught with links to like searches for child porn on his bookmarks. So yeah, I think Ace McLeod's name should be smeared with this, because this is, the evidence is there, and there's all these people trying to cover up and protect Ace, and that's fucking wrong. So that's pretty much it. Yeah, I think this whole flat earth movement is fake. I don't think the earth is flat, and it's just propaganda from Freemasons, the CIA, all that. You go through the whole history of the flat earth. I was researching the history of the flat earth. There's a guy that reminded me of Poncho Pete. Right here. It's a pretty cool article. Shows this is Zetetic Astronomy, Samuel Robotham, and that's like a Rosicrucian symbol on his book there, like this, sort of the same symbol. That's the book The Secret. But Robotham was a Rosicrucian, and then he started this flat earth cult. And this article goes through all these people. This woman was an advocate of flat earth, and he links them, a lot of these people, to like Freemasonry. Oh, this woman was also pushing vegetarianism. Like, they got a bunch of vegan warriors in the flat earth. It's another psyop, the vegan agenda. The whole alternative media is, like, there's some things in there that are true, no doubt, but there's a lot of, it's mostly bullshit. Like, they're tricking, you know, the all-seeing eye gets everything. It's not like you leave the mainstream and you start following the alternative media and then you have all the truth. No, it's, everything is deception and lies and propaganda. Meet on the level. Think of flat earth. Level. It's Masonic. But, oh yeah, John Doe. This flat earth thing has been going on for years. He links all these people to Freemasonry. So this is nothing new. And it's really the same arguments. They're using the same arguments today as they did back then, except for they just added some stuff about NASA being fake and the pictures being fake and CGI. That's about the only difference. So I don't know. I don't think people do their research very well, you know. think, you know, myself included, we're all susceptible to propaganda, and we gotta guard our minds. There's like so much bullshit out there, and probably none of us really know what the fuck's going on, so who are we to like judge and tell other people what to do, really?
You want one about the posse?
Posse.
I told you he was alive!
From the land of sipping the syrup and braiding the screw.